Most companies waste six figures in international SEO before realizing it's not working because they skip one critical step, researching what's actually working in each country. Stay tuned because I'll show you how to build a multilingual SEO system that works across cultures and languages before you burn through your budget. So, here's what we are diving into today. And trust me, these three things can literally decide whether your international SEO campaign takes off or crashes. First, we'll figure out how to choose the right markets and languages because going global doesn't mean targeting every country on the map. You'll learn how to pick your winning markets based on real search demand, not just a gut feeling. Second, we'll cover how to structure your multilingual site the smart way, subdomains, subfolders, Hreflang, all that touchy stuff that can either help Google understand your site or completely mess up your rankings if it's wrong. And third, we'll talk about how to localize your content so it actually converts. Because translation alone isn't enough. You've got to sound local, not just look local. By the end, you'll know how to build an SEO setup that scales globally without losing your mind or your traffic in the process. Let me give you a quick picture. Imagine booking a flight without checking the destination. You just pick the first ticket you find, hop on the plane, and only realize midair that you are headed somewhere completely different from where your customer actually are. That's exactly what most brands do with international SEO. They translate their website, target every possible country, and expect global traffic to take off. But instead of landing new customers, they end up stranded. Low impressions, no conversions, and budgets gone faster than a last minute flight to nowhere. The truth is, global visibility doesn't start with translation. It starts with choosing the right destination. In other words, knowing which markets to target, which languages your audience actually searches in, and where the real demand exists. So, before we get into the technical setup, let's talk about the first step: how to identify and prioritize your best target markets. Because if you get this wrong, everything else you will do will be built on guesswork. Start with market and language research. Choosing the right market and languages is where international SEO success begins. Most companies skip this step and jump straight into translation. But global reach means nothing without local demand. Imagine trying to sell your product in Belgium, but your whole site is in German, while half of the people are actually searching in Dutch. That's a real case from a client of mine, a construction specialized human resources agency. Months of wasted effort until they switched to Dutch keywords and traffic finally took off. As a polyglot marketer that speaks English, French, Spanish, among others, from time to time I get involved in international content strategy and SEO projects. And the reality is they are complex. Before you expand, check search data in tools like Ahrefs or SEMrush. Check if you have potential customers in that area, if they are interested in your product or service. And start small. Pick up to 3 key markets. It's safer to land 3 planes smoothly than to crush 20 at once. Choose the right site structure. Once you know where to go, you need the right setup. You have 3 options: separate domains, example brand.fr, subdomain fr.brand.com, or subfolders brand.com/fr. My go-to choice? Usually subfolders, if the company's organigram supports it. They are easier to manage, consolidate domain authority, and make analytics simple. Some corporations use separate domains for control across regions, but that often splits link equity and slows growth. If you are scaling efficiently, think of subfolders as one strong headquarters instead of scattered outposts. Implement Hreflang correctly when needed. The word everyone reads. Hreflang isn't a must for everyone. It's a fix for duplicate language markets. If you've got English pages for the US, UK, and Australia, yes, you need Hreflang. Also, if you've just got English and Spanish, pay maximum attention because when Hreflang breaks, it really breaks. Always test your implementation. Keep it clean and remember it's a hint, not a command. Google can still ignore it. Localize beyond translation. Translation isn't localization, says an authorized translator with over a decade of experience. Localization is rewriting your message for how real people search and buy in the respective region. Example, project management tools translated word for word into Spanish sounds weird at best. People actually search for herramientas de gestión de proyectos. That's where the search volume is. Tools like DeepL or ChatGPT can help, but always have a native speaker review your text. DeepL found that 96% of marketers who localize see positive ROI and 65% triple it. Localized content connects emotionally and ranks better. That's not luck, that's relevance. Track, test, and measure per market. Next, measurement. You can't improve what you don't rank. Set up Google Analytics international segments by country and language. Track clicks, CTR, and conversions per market. Because if you only look at global totals, you'll miss where the real issues are. Measure smart, and your insights will tell you exactly what's working and what's not. Adapt for local search engines and ecosystems. Google isn't the only game in town. People may have other preferences. For example, in China, alternative is Baidu. In Japan, Yahoo Japan. In South Korea, Naver. These ecosystems run differently and often favor their own platforms. For example, results are packed with Baidu-owned properties, like Baidu Maps and Baidu Wiki. Combine PPC with SEO and local link building. If you want visibility in Asia, for instance, adapt your strategy, not just your content. Human signals beat AI automation. Finally, let's talk AI. AI can translate and localize, but it can't replace cultural understanding or emotional tone. It's like asking AI to write a love letter, technically correct, emotionally fat. Use AI to scale drafts, but let humans refine for authenticity. Remember, AI helps you go faster, but human quality keeps you ranking longer. Now we've built your international SEO foundation. You know where to focus, how to structure your site, and how to connect with each audience. But global visibility is just half the equation. The next question is, what kind of content actually performs in 2025 and beyond? Because SEO today isn't only about being found, It's about being chosen by both humans and AI. So if you want to know what kind of content Google, ChatGPT, and Gemini are rewarding right now, head over to my next video, SEO Context Strategy in 2025, What Works Now. I'll show you how to plan topics, structure pages for AI search, and build authority that scales globally. Exactly. And let's take your international SEO to the next level.